I got a message from the fake Hoskar. Sometimes the messages that I get from fake Hoskar are even better than the real Hoskar. Okay. Anyways, fake Hoskar came 15 hours ago and he says, Rory Singh, we have launched KYC. That means until you provide us with all your information, including a video of yourself, bracket, really, you won't get paid. This isn't part of an exit scam like all the others. This is making us even more legitimate. So that is a message from the fake Oscar Lopez. Sometimes the real Oscar comes. I think I pissed him off the other day when I, was questioning what the hell a lorry was. Turns out to be a truck, broken down truck. Anyways, in this quick video and update on CashFX, what you're going to find out is KYC a good thing or is it really a bad thing for investors? Also, we're going to talk about through the grapevine, some of my viewers have been telling me that some people have been dropping down $100,000 into CashFX investment plans, even while, they've gotten so many fraud warnings. There's some people out there who are, really courageous and are still willing to gamble. Okay, so is this a good or bad thing? All of that coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Rory Singh. Find that big red button, subscribe, and also click on this bell notification icon. That way you won't miss out on any information that can serve you. On this channel, what I do most of the time are reviews as per request by my viewers. Sometimes I find some good stuff, but more often than not, I found pretty well people investing into scams and more people losing more than they ever gain, okay? I know it's not what everyone wants to hear, but sometimes the things that we need to hear, we don't always like, okay? So subscribe and click on that bell notification icon. Also, please like and share this video, okay? So without further ado, let's get into it. I want you guys to pay attention to this image here quickly. Now, this is a casket, wooden casket. Back in the day, that's what people used to bury other people in, right, after they passed away. Now, you got a picture of a lady. She's hammering the last nail in the coffin, okay? Now, what I'm understanding here is people are actually dropping down based on some of the beans that some of my viewers have been spilling on my channel in the form of comments. They said, hey, Rory, look, people are actually dropping down 100K in CashFX, even while, the odds are against them. Even though, just like with the Titanic movie. I saw the Titanic movie, but it depicts the real life story of what happened to that ship. And with that ship, the Titanic, some of them were saying God himself could not sink that ship. It's unsinkable. But there she lies on the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean. Up to now, okay? Now, people are dropping down $100,000, investors, and you've got Oscar hammering the last nail in their coffins. Why would I say something like that? Is that the final nail? I don't know how much more people can take. We're going to get into that, why it's not a good thing, okay? Now, you got 20 fraud warnings. Okay, some people are saying, oh, they survived the Bitcoin crash. So Bitcoin is up to what, almost $40,000 right now at the time of me creating this video. Back in April, it was at 54,000. Back in May, April, 54,000. By beginning of May, it dropped down from 54,000 to 38,000. What does this have to do with CashFX, since they claim that they're a Forex expert trading team and group? Well, there was no trading ever happening, right? No trading ever happening, and you guys figured that out once you saw that your expert trading team, they were exposed. I can't remember who exposed them. I even made a video about it. Taxi cab drivers and construction workers who still have their job as part of an expert trading team, and then they had EverFX saying, oh, we're not affiliated with it, and then EverFX lost their license, maybe because of CashFX, So if there's no trading happening, where were they getting ROI? Well, Bitcoin, because network marketing recruiters going out there, ladies making videos in front of their camera, Zoom videos with green screen backgrounds of the ocean when they're in reality in their bedrooms, right? Putting up a big smoke and mirror show, and everyone's like saying, oh my God, look at that, that's exciting, I want that lifestyle. But they didn't realize that half of these people making the videos were in their bedroom, right? With a green screen in the background. I mean, it looked nice and fancy, but when they started moving their heads around, you could tell that they were using a green screen software of some sort, okay? But so they got people who said, wow, it looks like a sexy lifestyle, I'm gonna drop money into this thing, and I'm gonna retire wealthy, right? So even after all the fraud warnings, now the smoke and dust is settled, now people are still bragging, hey, our Ponzi's been around for 2 years, there's no other Ponzi scheme that's been around for so long. Rule number one, never brag about anything. That's what I've learned in life. Every time I brag about something when I was younger, it's like asking the universe to take this thing that I'm bragging and boasting about away. It ain't over. This is my little mantra I go by. It ain't over until the fat lady sings. Just don't speak or brag about anything that you think is going good in your favor. Just a little tip. Okay, so what is KYC and why is CashFX initiating it now? Shouldn't they have done so 2 years ago? Well, KYC, it means know your customer. That means you got to prove your identity. Okay. Now, I see some CFX affiliates who are arguing tooth and nail that KYC is now being enforced by CFX because they love their investors deeply. Is that really true? Now, in truth, using logic and even some common sense, Ponzi scheme admins usually implement KYC during times where they want to and have to eliminate the payments of certain investors. Okay. They want to cut down on the amount that they're paying out. Why? To make a long story short, CFX and Hoskar don't have enough funds to keep paying out all existing investors and stay in business while doing so. All Ponzi schemes, they never have KYC in the beginning, or else they'd never get the Ponzi scheme off the ground past pre-launch. Isn't that what's been happening, guys? Isn't that what's the case here with KYC? So if you put up KYC, you're doing two things. Okay. Now, I've heard that some people are actually upgrading to the 100K and investor packages. Like I said, this is like my third time saying it. Who in their right minds are actually going to borrow money and hand it over to Ponzi scheme owners while handing over their personal identities willingly? Did you guys ever like refrain from opening emails from people you never see? You've never met, you've never known, right? Strangers, spam emails and such. Now what I'm seeing online is some people, people were scared to click on certain links in emails because they're like, oh my God, they're going to get my identity, right? But the same people who were terrified of handing over their identity to scammers overseas as an idea are willingly handing it over to Ponzi scheme admins. Do you guys truly know that Hoskar is Hoskar? If that's his real name, if that's his real identity, maybe it's owned by bigger, business people. Who really knows? Who are you giving your identities to? And some people are actually gullible enough to give them $100,000 and their personal details willingly. They gotta be gullible. Some people are gonna get pissed off. I'm okay if you get offended. You gotta be gullible. If you drop, you giving this dude 100K and your personal identity. Oh my. Okay, I want to talk about failure rate. Okay, 97% failure rate online. This ties right into most people who are looking for a Ponzi scheme that's going to work. There is a mindset issue with what I just said. Don't take it the wrong way. 97% failure rate online. 90 something percent of all people who are trying to make money online are failing. Okay. It's not really they're failing. This most people don't truly get started in something good. If they find a legitimate deal, they usually sabotage. And there's reason that they sabotage. Okay. So why do people fail or self-sabotage? Most people have an entitled mentality. Okay. Most people want success to be handed to them. The universe, you ever heard? Okay, some of you guys probably saw the Secret movie and read some personal development books. But have you ever heard the universe wants to give you what you want more than you? The universe wants to give you what you want to receive. The universe wants to give you what you want more than you want to receive it. That's a better way to read this, since that's actually what I wrote. The universe wants to give you what you want more than you want to receive it. Some of you might say, don't believe that. Why is this so? Because in order for people to create the change that they want so badly in their lives, they have to become it. I know this video is going to fall on some most deaf ears, but I'll say it anyways. So you have to become the change that you want. It can't just be handed to you. So giving a human being what they want is easy if the being is willing to make the required changes. That means from the universe. Okay. What changes do people need to make? Well, online, the people who keep making most of the money online ethically, right? If you don't do things ethically, if you're actually lucky enough to make something, you won't keep it. And then you're going to have to pay back in ways that you couldn't even imagine, right? Man is so arrogant that he thinks he can predict the karma that will come back. So you got to do things in a certain way. We all got laws of the universe we all have to abide physically, mentally, spiritually, whether we believe these laws or not. Okay. So well, online, the people who keep making most of the money online ethically have all abided by success laws of the universe. The successful ones have learned marketing skills. 2, discipline. 3, consistency. 4, mindset. Right? They have learned how to replace a mindset that didn't work for them. It's a group of thoughts, right, that will create your actions and determine what you're going to do and what type of decisions you're going to make. So the successful people online have traded a crappy mindset for one that will actually serve them. And number 5, they remain students even while teaching others. Right? They don't say stuff like, hey, I know that. They always remain open to learning. Now, unsuccessful people, they blame others. They blame the government. Well, the government, is not perfect. They're doing some shady shit out there. But aside from that, you can never get what you want and become empowered, step into your personal power if you are playing the blaming game. So they blame everyone else for their results or consequences for their own actions based on the mindset that they are using if they're not yet seeing the type of results that they want. They're not open to learning. They know everything. Number 4, they lack discipline, right? And that links right back to personal development. Number 5, they're angry and negative. They'll even come to my channel and say, hey, Rory, you're negative. You don't believe my Ponzi is, positive, right? Number 6, they don't truly believe anything great will happen to them or for them. Even better. So why do scams like CashFX exist? Right? I always wondered because I noticed there's so many of them and people keep losing. Well, most people, guys, are not willing to learn the easy way. We got to learn lessons in life. We just have to, right? Forget about why we got to learn them. There's always something that we got to learn. Something I got to learn, something you got to learn, right? I'm experiencing extraordinary results in my marketing, in my lifestyle, and it's because I've learned how to let a lot of bullshit go. Okay, I learned some skill sets. I became consistent, and I learned discipline. And I couldn't learn discipline if I was blaming, if I kept looking for success outside of myself, if I wasn't open to learning. I still learn every single day, you know. Um, so why do scams like CashFX exist? To teach the stubborn ones. That means the people who are, hard-headed, the hard way, since they're not willing to learn life lessons. The what? The easy way, right? If you came online, we'll just do a recap. Marketing skills, discipline, consistency, mindset. Do your personal development, right, to get the right mindset and remain students even while you're teaching others, right? Because some leaders, you want to become a leader, step into leadership, and then while you're helping other brothers and sisters along, teaching them stuff, you will remain open to learning. Your cup is not full, right? So some people are not willing to do that and learn the easy way, right? And still you got to show up and do something for the money, the energy that you are asking for. Okay. So to teach the stubborn ones the hard way is why opportunities like CashFX, I would say scams like CashFX exist, right? Why is it a scam? Because if you say anything bad about Hoskar, they kick your ass out and then they keep your money. Isn't that a scam? I would think so. Why is it a scam? Well, come on. Construction workers and taxi cab drivers are the executive expert training team. Okay. So scams like CashFX are still around to teach the stubborn people the life lessons in the hard way because they're not willing to learn the easy. Okay. Once people lose money, right? There's always a plus. So some of you are saying, "Hey, Rory, you're being negative with our comments and our Ponzi's." So I'm going to be positive with you here. What there is always good. There's always a silver lining in every cloud. Once people lose money, right? They lose their nest eggs, right? You got to force them to change if they're not willing to change. So they lose their nest eggs. And no one's taking anything from them. They're taking it from themselves. What are you doing? You're giving this dude your 100K so he can hammer the last nail, but it's good. In the end, it's a good outcome. Many come down to their knees, right, who are not willing to listen. This is not punishment. Some people are going to preach church and Bible. Oh no, it's not a wrathful God. You're dealing with universal principles. It's not even God teaching you. You're teaching you. You teach yourself, right? You unlock your own doors that you want to walk into. And if you're not willing to, remove the bad stuff, negative programming, right, that may be going on mentally for you right now, then you're going to experience circumstance. So it's not punishment, right? You are willingly handing over your money, right? So people, they lose their money, they lose their nest egg, and then they come down to their knees. And when you're down on your knees, right, I've been there, there's only one place to go, and that's up, right? Up. So it's not a bad thing. It's just some stubborn ass people, the majority, gotta learn the hard way. So if you think about it, some people are so stubborn that they will do everything in their will not to learn and then force the universe's hand to teach them the hard way. What are you here to learn? What are we all here to learn? We are not here to get lots of money. Okay. We are here to do personal development. Some people think this is still a gimmick, right? And once that you rid all of the bad negative programming that you may have going on in your life, in your mental world and even in your physical world, if you are not receiving the kind of results and feedback from the universe right now, then most likely you need to do personal development or more of it if you're not doing enough of it. Okay. Some people end up getting stuck in personal development mode. You don't want to stay there, right? You also have to learn marketing if it's make money online. And you got to find something legit and lock arms with it and, have a long-term plan. Nowadays, I see people, 10 years ago, people used to stick around. You could even drop 20 grand in an opportunity and stick around for maybe 3 months before they quit. Most people don't even get started, right? They'll join something and then they fold their arms or they get stuck watching training videos. And that links right back to the mindset and back to the negative programming. And then when they figure out, oh my God, I got to go out there and do some work. I got to learn some marketing. I got to learn some paid traffic or free traffic. I got to go do stuff. What do they do next? They start going out looking for all the negative about that opportunity so they could talk themselves out of quitting and doing the work that they need to work, meaning the work online, right? And then they self-sabotage, and then they do it over and over. Have you ever done something like that? You who's listening to my words right now. Have you? I have, I'll be honest. Okay, until I got fed up. Until I started having to look at myself. So you're not here to make money. What does the universe want you to do? It actually just wants you to do the personal development and do the mental work, right? Once you remove the negativity, like we all put it in ourselves and we take responsibility for our lives 100%, right? Things start to change on the outside. You have to do it for yourself. So in a nutshell, the people who are looking for systems like CashFX, a well-designed Ponzi, right? It's still up and running. To me, it's still a load of bullshit. It's going to exit scam. Either stalling with the KYC and whatever other cock and bull story they come up with. Oh, the Lowry had the parts for the payment. They ran out of money because they took a ton of your Bitcoin in while you guys were borrowing money from credit card and mortgage equity. And once Bitcoin dropped from 38,000 and it was up at 55,000 back in April, May it dropped, they couldn't keep up with paying. So once withdrawals start exceeding the deposits, they had to come up with different plans. They were hoping, like Hoskar is hoping, that Bitcoin somehow will go to 100,000. Then what is he going to turn around? He's going to say, hey, we are the lifestyle legacy company. We going to be around for the longest time. Okay. So in a nutshell, the people who are looking for systems like CFX, a well-designed Ponzi to give them success while refraining from doing the stuff they really need to do, will have to learn the toughest and the hardest lessons of all. Either you are willing to learn the easy way, or you're forced the universe's hand and you're going to learn it the hard way. We all got to learn. And if we don't learn in this life, then be sure that you'll come back and learn it in the next. What I've learned, guys, is it's okay. The universe is 100% okay. It won't judge you. And it's 100% patient. He will wait. So we'll close off with this idea. You must have issues if you're willing to hand over 100K to a Ponzi scheme boss while the Titanic has already hit the iceberg and has begun to take in water.